Signs of tension or a false flag? I'm referring, of course, to that incident in central Kingston on Sunday where the JLP's constituency conference was disturbed by 4 or 5 gunshots which caused attendees to run for cover. The police say it had nothing to do with politics, but at least one politician has said that they're not intimidated and they will not be intimidated and they will continue campaigning as full-blooded as they are. I'm inviting the PNP caretaker, Steve McGregor, to respond to what happened in central Kingston last evening and whether that will have an impact on how his team engages in the rest of the campaign period as we build up to the next general election. This is Lead Story on Monday. Let's go. Welcome to Lead Story on this Monday. My name is George Davis. So central Kingston was the scene. Donovan Williams, the Member of Parliament, he's the JLP MP. He was at the lectern on Sunday evening. His supporters there enjoying themselves, and partway through Donovan Williams' speech, explosions, 4 or 5 of them were the reports. Now, of course, people ran different directions. The police who were there keeping a watchful brief, they moved in the direction of the gunshots. Another police team also attended upon the area where the gunshots were reported in rather quick time. And the verdict from the police is that, look, this was a dispute among men who have weapons, who should have weapons. It had nothing to do with politics, but the JLP, certainly the sounding from them from Sunday evening, certainly if you were to go by the West Portland MP Darrell Vaz, the Minister of Transport, that look, we will not back down, we will not be intimidated, because in the moment it did appear as if this thing was intended to disrupt the constituency conference that the JLP were putting on in central Kingston. Again, for the record, the police say not so, and there is nothing to suggest beyond what the statement was from the platform, nothing to suggest that this was indeed politically motivated. But nevertheless, it happened, and we have to ask those with interests in representing central Kingston in the next parliament what really is the true situation on the ground. And so we've reached out to the caretaker, the PNP caretaker in central Kingston, the candidate in waiting, former SSP Steve McGregor, for his perspective as to what happened and, of course, what, if anything, this means for the PNP's campaign going forward. He's here with me this evening. Good evening, Steve McGregor.
Good evening, my friend.
Good. Well, first of all, how is the campaign going? The last time we spoke, it was a couple of days after you were unveiled in the constituency by the Comrade leader as the PNP standard bearer. How have things progressed since that time, between that time and now?
It's even more energized now, and if you're following the social media and what we're doing, it's not new to me. Because those who know me know that I connect with the citizens, and in every effort that I get, I move out. And when we just started, I had like 6 or 7 people walking with me. We are walking with 30, 40 people now. They are so energized, you cannot believe, and we're looking for a really strong showing at the elections. We're looking for the kind of turnout akin to when Michael Manley was around here.
Yeah. What happened on Sunday?
Well, to tell you, I had about 200 of my young people over by the Tony Swallen. We had a youth rally there, and I got some of my young people. And because they were young, I said, let me go with them and to share with them and to do that. So I don't remember the time I got a call from within the constituency that they heard shots being fired. So what I did was to call the police. When I called the police, they said, Mr. McGregor, there's nothing for you to worry about. We are investigating and we have it under control. So I didn't think much more of it. After the rally finished, in the night period, I got a call and a message from my party leader sending me a clip and asked me to look at this and tell me something about it. When I looked at it, I saw the MP from Portland, Darrell Vaz, saying a host of things and saying that they are not afraid of gunshots and so on. So I said, what is this? So I listened to it and I made some calls because, I policed the area for a long while. In 2010 to 2013, my latter part, I was the operations officer for the whole of Air Force, so I know the place. So I knew people who were at the meeting, the little meeting that they had, and I have party supporters. So I did my due diligence, and in a short space of time, I found out what took place. And what took place.
Hold it there, Steve. Hold it there. Hold it there, Steve McGregor. Hold it there. I don't want to break you. I'm at the break. So just hold it right there to tell me what from your information is really what motivated the gunshots last evening. As you say, it had nothing to do with politics, but I'm sure my listeners want to hear what the real reason was. This is Lead Story Monday edition. Back with more after these.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
Getting the keys to your own home is a feeling many cannot describe. It's a moment we all hope for, and a dream that all Jamaicans have. The new social housing program is the difference between a dream and reality. The government, through the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, is building hope, one home at a time.
Back with us on Lead Story on this Monday here on CVM TV. I must tell you that our producer has been reaching out to the Member of Parliament, Donovan Williams, to get his perspective on what happened on Sunday. No luck so far in making the connection with Donovan Williams, but we do have the pleasure of Steve McGregor's company. Before the break, Steve McGregor, you were about to tell me what, based on your extensive checks, actually went down in central Kingston that caused 4 or 5 shots to be fired while the MP was at the lectern speaking to his people at the JLP's constituency conference in central Kingston on Sunday.
Yes, it had to do with some youngsters. Well, some of them not totally young, because I know who were party to what took place. Because it's very easy. And I suspect by now the police know all the players. I know they were quarreling about monies, sharing of monies and things like that. And it had to do with the meeting that was taking place and people who were tied to the meeting. It wasn't any rivaling thing. So when the MP from Portland would have gone on the stage and to attempt to incite the kind of violence that he's doing, it is not good for the campaigning generally, not only in Kingston Central, because when you hear your representative from your side spitting out an argument that tends to suggest that people from the rivaling party were firing shots to intimidate people from their party, it cannot be good, and it was totally irresponsible. I know that my party hierarchy put out something on it, but we need to get things like this stopped. And what I would like to say, the MP Williams knew what took place, and I was saying that he had the responsibility to speak to this man from Portland and not to cause him to bring this into Central Kingston. That is not here. We have no rivaling war violence thing going on now in central Kingston.
Yeah.
So I just think that it was incumbent on MP Williams to say to them what really took place, because I know that he knows.
Well, help me with that. Help me with that a little bit, Steve McGregor, because you said, and I let you finish the thought, didn't want to interrupt you. You said that you know who were involved, the police would know as well. You say MP Williams knows, and you say tied to the meeting. What do you mean by tied to the meeting? Tell me, explain.
Meaning the guys who did what took place went to that meeting.
So there are Labour Party supporters then who had a dispute among themselves.
Clearly. And even some people who were there left because they were upset of what was coming out of Darrell Vaz on the stage. People who are from, remember, Central Kingston is a whole family. It's just because it's now the election time, some might drop on one side and some on the other side. But generally, all of these people are people that I knew from when I was a police. They know me, we all know. And they don't want this. They want peace in the community. That is happening now. And I know that Donovan Williams should want this.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, Vaz was spitting out that we are desperate and this. Violence cannot help Steve McGregor's campaign. It is the contrary, because I want the turnout of people.
Yeah.
It is the other side that I would think violence would help, because it would help to suppress the voters that I'm bringing out. We're totally together. It's a family-oriented thing. All the comrades are back on board. There was some kind of divide and rule that was there prior to me coming, but we have gelled all of that. They are properly motivated and ready.
Two things, Steve McGregor, from what you've said just now. One,
yes.
You are confident, based on your information, that Donovan Williams knew that it was a dispute between Labour Party supporters that caused those shots to be fired. You're saying that this afternoon?
Right. If it only took me a little call to find out what took place, get the names of who were involved, and I knew them before when I was a police officer. The police also knows them, because you notice the police tell you that it wasn't any rivaling party conflict that took place there. I would be overly surprised if he says he does not know what took place there.
All right, that's one thing. That's one thing. The second thing.
And going forward,
yes.
And going forward, if we want to be on the same page, and to be honest, both of us went to a meeting with the superintendent at Central, which was a very good meeting. We had it over the removing of placards and billboards, which is still going on.
Yes.
Because they took down all the billboards that I had in Allentown to facilitate their meetings. My supporters are very disgruntled, and they are putting up placards in areas that they don't even have any strength.
Yes. So
it is not a placard campaign.
It's not a placard campaign. But hear me on this before we go to the break, Steve McGregor. I just want to get this clear again. You said that, of course, violence does not help your campaign, but you believe that perhaps it is that violence helps the JLP campaign. Are you sure you see it that way?
If it's an ulterior motive for Mr. Vaz to go up there without even doing any investigation and just to spit out what he did, because it was overly irresponsible, and this can ignite that kind of violence. So I'm wondering if there is some complicity there somewhere.
Oh, you're wondering if there's a link between what happened in the crowd and Vaz's statement?
Well, I don't know. You be the judge.
Hold the line there for me, Steve McGregor. Taking a quick break, coming right back. This is Lead Story Monday edition.
When you charge your electric vehicle with JPS, it's even more affordable than gas. Our Charge and Go network offers the fastest electric vehicle chargers, so you can power up in as little as 30 minutes. With over 39 charging points island-wide, you'll always find a convenient place to shop, eat, work, or relax while you recharge. The Charge Lab app and Charge and Go RFID card make it easy to pay and track your charge right from your phone. Start charge. Learn more at jps.com/charge and go.
Jamaica is paving the way to becoming a republic or future or choice. The time by the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs is
6:45.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Join us this week on Tourism One-on-One as we examine the growth of Chocolate Dreams Limited and how it has benefited from various initiatives by the Tourism Enhancement Fund through its Tourism Linkages Network.
Welcome back to Lead Story on CVM TV on this Monday. I have Steve McGregor with me. He's the PNP's candidate in waiting in Central Kingston, where last evening during the JLP's constituency conference, while the MP Donovan Williams was at the lectern speaking to the crowd, there were 4 or 5 gunshots that disturbed proceedings, prompting the West Portland MP Daryl Vast to say, well, the JLP would not be intimidated. They weren't afraid of gunshots. The PNP have issued a statement saying that they've reported Vast to the political ombudsman for the comments which they believe was stoking a fire that didn't exist in Central Kingston, and they want him to withdraw the statements. Steve McGregor, before you declared your hand for the PNP, you were a gentleman, a policeman everybody liked throughout the country, but especially in the area.
I still are.
Hold on, especially in the area that you're seeking political office in. That's one. Yeah. 2, you came in and you said, look, it's your love train that you're going to run through the constituency as you sought to bring the people together and get their support. I say that to ask you this. In light of the mandate of peace and respect that you say you have built your campaign on, do you want to leave hanging out there this notion that you believe that there was some complicity between Vaz on the political platform and those who fired the shots in Central Kingston last evening?
Well, I am saying it is reasonable to assume the way in which it was done, the callous way, you know what I mean? I would not have watched it if my party leader didn't ask me to go and check out what is happening in my place. So that is the only reason why I saw it. You know what I mean? And the expression and how he did it, and others were there laughing, and I'm saying, why not check out what happened before? Nothing like this is happening in Central Kingston right now. Why would one want to bring this here? And that's why I'm calling out Donovan Williams for him to have allowed Daryl Vaz to do that to the constituency that I know, and he said it in the meeting with myself and him and Williams, that he wants nothing but peace and he likes what is happening. And I know how fickle it is, because in my whole speaking to my constituency, I told them that Jamaica is a country that has been recording upwards of 1,000 murders for over 25 years. And we have seen reduction in murders. So we can't rest on our laurels that this is good. In fact, at the same time, when the police reported a reduction in murders, they also reported an uptick in mass shootings. So it tells you that the fear of crime is still there in Central Kingston. So we can't do that. In Parade Gardens, there is a zones of special operation right now. You hardly have the police and soldiers manning the post, but there are blockades that the soldiers and the police put up, blockages within the barriers. And if you ever tell the people them down there that you're going to move these blockages, they would kill you because they're still fearful that there might be some kind of reprisal, some drive-by shooting. So the fear of crime is still there.
So in that respect, in that light, Steve McGregor, isn't it, well, in that light, what have you said to your campaign team, your campaign captain, since last night's incident about the mood and the mode that you want them to operate in, given the comments from the platform and given the incident which sparked the comments on Sunday?
Well, I told them that I will be dealing with it. And I told my party, Iraqi, that I will be dealing with it. There's even the aspect of the movement of the billboards and those that we put up that they did. I told them to hold strength because we are bigger than this. And I will speak to Williams about that and to say this can also ignite a confrontation between his supporters and mine. But when somebody is going to speak about violence in the way that Vaz did, this can only ignite.
But hear me now, but let me ask you this. Remember you say you were not too far away, but far enough. You were at Tony Spalding dealing with a youth rally, and you made a call and you were told something initially. Is it far-fetched to believe that in the moment, given what you have outlined as the volatile nature of the peace in Central Kingston, and given Central Kingston's reputation for being a tough place, can you not see why Vaz may have been, in the heat of the moment, moved to interpret what he heard as gunshots to be a sort of intimidation, given the politics and the long history of intimidation in the politics?
Well, that's not how a sane person who has their faculties together would have done. Because, listen, I was in Tony Spalding complex, and when I heard it, what I did, there are a lot of police officers there. I called the police on the ground and asked them what was taking place. I would have thought that Donovan Williams, the MP, who was closer to what was taking place, would have also engaged the police. I was away over in Tony Spalding. I could have gotten from the police that they heard 3 shots, but they are dealing with it. That was the initial statement, that they were investigating. And then I didn't get back a call from them. It is when my party leader asked me to investigate the situation. I made some calls. And I was told people saw what took place in a George. People were there who saw what took place. So it was easy for anybody if they wanted to. Could have found out exactly what took place.
Let me ask you this then.
The meeting went on, The meeting went on as if nothing happened.
Let me ask you this.
And just for Vaz to say what he wanted to say. I would love, when I watch the thing, because as I said, my party leader, I would love for Superintendent Williams to try to find out which police officer Mr. Vaz spoke to, who he said told him that. I would love for them to investigate that side of it also, because I think that his action was overly irresponsible. And Mr. Williams should call him out.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. All right. So you've explained from your perspective what happened, and you've expressed your disappointment with particular individuals. Let me ask you this. On the other side of things, the man who ran Central Kingston for the PNP before you came there is now apparently fully in the camp of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, Lawrence Rowe, a platform speaker now, a man whose speech last night, several thousand people were watching him live as he spoke about the PNP and how the PNP did him badly and how he was now helping the JLP in the constituency that he knows so well. Do you and your campaign have any fear that the Rowe factor may influence this election, this prize, away from your grasp?
None whatsoever. And I didn't watch or care to. That's a waste of time, as far as I'm concerned.
All right. Yes. So Lawrence Rowe for you is not a threat, a non-entity?
None whatsoever.
You say the Love Train movement has gathered a lot of steam and a lot more passengers, a lot more people are riding on the Love Train compared to when...
They're more energized and ready to go.
You far more, right. So for you, you believe that already you have made the kind of impression that if you hold this going into the polls, you'll be fine on election night?
Clearly. Listen, I have some programs. If I had 200 youngsters with me over by Tony Spalding, and I've set up a WhatsApp group with them. And we all know that in Jamaica right now, upwards of 80% of those who are killed every year are young people, and 80% of those doing the killings are young people. So it is my intention to influence the attitudes of the young people in Central Kingston to change their behavior. You know what I mean? That homework program that I've set up, where we'll use some of these same bright youngsters that were with me to coach the younger ones into doing their PEP and all of that. And at the same time, whilst they are doing it, we will assist them to get their degrees. I've found a lot of abandoned buildings that I will repurpose into homework centers so as to get them going. We have started a youth club program in Raytown. We have started one in Franklin Town. We are ready to go.
Yes, ready to go right now.
And I am going to make some more little Steves. I grew up in this community.
Yes.
You know? I ran in the gullies with the youngsters in Franklin Town when I was young. So I have an opportunity to show them that they can grow up to be like Steve.
I hope you make the little Steves in the right way and don't give the missus cause to quarrel with you, all right? Thank you very much for your time this evening. All the best to you. Steve McGregor, he is the PNP's candidate in waiting in Central Kingston. The news at 7 after these.